Okay, so this brain, we evolved, human beings evolved groups, emotions at the same time. And if you have a partner who is an emotional suppressor, then what they're actually doing is going against nature. Listen to that very carefully. If you are with an emotional suppressor, then they are going against nature. We were given emotions as a gift, as part of our evolution. So we, as humans, right, with this gift, we are meant to feel. Cavemen and cave women did not suppress emotions. Cavemen and cave women did not have anxiety and depression. They had a healthy relationship to their emotions. That's a very important piece of this journey of healing after betrayal. Because if we don't understand that, then we're going to get stuck. The unfaithful partners are going to think the betrayed is crazy, and the betrayed partners are going to basically get stuck on a hamster wheel and they're not going to know how to get out of it. So we evolved at the same time these groups and emotions. Okay. Now, these emotions that we were given, this gift that we were given, that is what drives all human behavior, these emotions. People think it's the brain, but it's the emotions. So when we have an emotion, our nervous system starts talking through our body. So right now, how many of you right now could pull up a bad memory and your whole body just changes? Your heart races, your stomach drops, all of those things. If you can do that, right, then you know that your emotions, your nervous system is talking to you through your body. Okay. When we have triggers, it's our nervous system talking to us. If you're taking notes, that's important. A trigger is our nervous system talking to us. If we don't pay attention to that conversation, we're going to stay stuck. So that's the first thing when I talk about evolution. Here's the second thing I want to share with you. And if you've been following me, you've heard this before. But you know, we have to repeat things sometimes a few times before we really get it. Our brain evolved, putting us into a fight or flight mode, depending on whether or not there was danger. And most of us have heard of fight flight, but if we're not taught this in the betrayal trauma context, sometimes it can get missed. So when the brain senses any sort of a threat, any sort of a danger, it triggers us to go into this fight or flight mode. It wants us to either fight that danger or run away from it, because the brain has one job, ladies and gentlemen, one job, and that job is to keep us alive. That's it. The brain doesn't care about anything else. Doesn't care about how you feel. It's going to talk to your nervous system, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But just by itself, the brain does not care about anything but your safety. So we get put into this fight or flight mode. We can also go into what's called freeze or fawn. Freeze is when we just kind of play dead. We give up. Fawn is when we try to appease somebody. Okay. So we've got these different states that are going on. That's part of evolution. If we didn't have those, we would not be here as a species walking around on the planet.